Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to make pastry wrapped prosciutto with provolone and asparagus. It's a really simple brunch item that I love to make for my friends with a little bit of a twist. So for today you're going to need some tender flake pastry, puff pastry, some prosciutto, which is available at Costco, provolone cheese, provolone, some asparagus, not cooked, just raw, and some seasoning. So I have Italian, Parmesan herb, and some garlic plus. So to start off, we're gonna just open up our pastry. So you can use tender flake. My favorite is at Sobeys. They already have the pastry rolled out, so it makes it a lot simpler. And all right, so we have our pastry here, and I'm just going to take some flour, and I'm just going to roll it, put some flour so it's not too sticky. And I'm going to just take my rolling pin, and I'm just going to roll this out into a nice square. And I need more flour. And you don't want to overwork your pastry. You just want to simply get it into a shape that is rectangular. Just flip it around. Perfect. So we have this beautiful rectangular base, and so you want the long side up and down like that. So when you have your asparagus, you're going to cut your asparagus up, and you're going to marinate it in olive oil and then put all of the seasonings on it. So this has been pre-seasoned and pre-cut in olive oil. And we're just going to start with our prosciutto. So we want to lay our prosciutto along the center of our pastry. And I love the thin sheets of prosciutto and like the slight saltiness it offers. And it doesn't have to come off in a perfect piece. We just kind of want to lay it along the center. Like so. Angle that a little bit better there. Just prosciutto in the middle. Put a little bit at the top. So we have all of our prosciutto kind of laid out. And then we're just gonna grab our provolone. Now, you can absolutely use mozzarella or any cheese you like, but I really love provolone in that it's a super amazing melty cheese. And it kind of gives that wow factor when you're cutting into your pastry where the cheese strings appear, and it just is a really great presentation piece. So we've got our prosciutto and our provolone laid down. And now we're just gonna take our asparagus, and we're just gonna lay it down for presentation to make sure that it's all evenly dispersed. And I like the spears to be on either end of the pastry. And the asparagus offers a really great contrast to the very salty prosciutto, so it's a really nice accent. So we're just gonna lay these out like that. And at this time, you can make your oven, warm it up at 350 so that it's ready to cook. And now we're going to do a basket weave pattern. So I'm just going to adjust the camera slightly. Okay, so we have our pastry and we're just going to cut these beautiful diagonal lines along the edge of the pastry. And we're going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to move these slightly and noticing it's not quite centered. So we're just going to cut. Like that. Okay. So our pastry is now cut and we can just take this, oh, my oven's already to temperature. Just gonna take the larger piece and fold it over the edge like this. And you can just pinch the puff pastry together. And then we're gonna just go across and create this beautiful woven pattern with our puff pastry. And it'll hold in our asparagus quite nicely. We have a rogue asparagus there. So just keep weaving this over. And you've got a really great woven pattern. And the key is to make sure that when you're cutting your pastry that it's equal distance apart. So we're slowly going into the end, and this we're just going to wrap in to make sure it's full. So we have our wrapped prosciutto. And the next step is we're going to transport it onto, be very delicate, onto our cookie sheet. So I have a silicone mat to make sure it's crispy. I've separated one egg yolk here to create my wash. So I'm just going to take a fork. And we have our nice egg wash. And I'm just gently going to brush our pastry. And again, this like maybe takes 20 minutes of prep time, and it's fairly easy, and it's a really great presentation piece for brunch or lunch. And then I like to just put a little bit of Italian seasoning along the top. And then you're going to put it into the oven until the puff pastry is a nice brown. So we'll come back after the puff pastry has been cooked.